Almost first and wrong, but what's going on, y'all? Welcome to the 99th edition of Get It Off Your Chest. I'm Christopher J. Thank you guys for tuning in. Do me a favor, if you want more content like this, like, share, subscribe. Follow me on my socials. Links are located in the description. Want to roll 10,000 subscribers once we reach that goal. One lucky person will get $100 in the cash out giveaway. And just think about it, you guys, before we get into today's show. The link is up top. Anybody's more than welcome to pull up. Um, 99 of these things. 99. That says a whole lot. And when we do our 100th edition of Get It Off Your Chest, I'm still trying to orchestrate that format, but let's just say that I'm having ideas to do something special for that one. So just be prepared. So now that we're here, let's get uh let's get started. Uh, let me actually copy this and make sure. Okay. I son of a I did not want to go in that room. All right. All right, now we're here. Let's get started. Oops. Fucking up. Okay, cool. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, with uh get it off your chest. Now, I did something similar to this on Clubhouse earlier today. Um, that was pertaining to conversation where I'm trying to help the fellas out. Like, fellas, you guys are idiots because some of you guys are coming at this from one particular angle and you're fucking it up. So I dealt with that. There was a conversation last night uh that I may do a get it up. I may add to the addition. But what happened to me a few hours ago, boy, my head hurts. I don't know how these two do it, but salute to them. Matter of fact, here they are. One half of Wrestling Wednesday, and his queen is here as well. Raw B, what's good? What's good, y'all?
Was good, Christopher.
What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? What's happening?
Yeah, it's nice to come back to YouTube and reminded why I think the way I think and why I'm comfortable at this point calling people stupid
Hmm.
and just the whole 9 yards. So for those who did not Ross sales podcast, it was a open panel, and when it came to conversations, we're all come from different walks of life. Although we're conservatives, Republicans, we invite others to come and partake in the conversation. It's something about this reparation conversation that turns me off to people, especially Black people, when they speak on this because it's a lot of emotion, little to no logic. When it's simply black and white, no pun intended. I'm gonna actually let Cell and Raw take over and go because I know they have a lot more to contribute to this part of the conversation. I'm gonna give the floor to you guys.
Okay,
What?
babe, do you want to go first?
You got it, baby, because you already know my position on it. But yeah, I'm gonna come with a more street level position for the whole reparations thing. So you got the more statistical and educated level. Go ahead.
Okay, so here's the thing. In today's society, we are dealing with political conversations that unfortunately are being moderated by people that have no knowledge of politics, that have no knowledge of the economy, that have no knowledge of compound interest, that have no knowledge of the wide base of what they're talking about. And it becomes untenable when you're having these conversations and you try to come from a place of evidence based information, and people are primarily trying to exist in the emotions of the topic. When people are having these conversations on social media, it's always through the lens of their perspective. Me, I don't have a perspective because I literally have no dog in the fight. I'm an African American that is not FBA, even though I can trace my lineage back well into the 1800s and the 1700s. My family were not slaves, right? So I have the unique perspective that I am viewed as all the rest of the Black people in America, but I'm not. And I've also spent the better part of the past 25 years studying the history of America. So when we're sitting here and we're having these conversations and we're talking about how politics actually run and what's currently happening, and you try to introduce that into the conversation, and then people summarily dismiss you because you're not pandering to their thought process, it's annoying.
Well,
Bae.
not only no, what I'm getting there, but not only that is just that people have their own agendas, and their own intentions, and couple that with their emotions. What you find is that once you get into the root cause of why it is that they are in these conversations, what they do is they try to inflect their own into something that's not there. So you completely remove the whole entire realm of logic just because you want to be based in emotions. And it's just like, what are we doing here? So the reparations thing comes from a position that we supposed to be given something or owed something, deserve something just because. And still, when it comes from FBA, ADOS, or whoever, they can't justify the means of it, the means behind it, especially when, just like I found out tonight, in a position where it's already been paid out. So what are you asking for? Why are you begging for permission a chance to succeed? I don't understand it.
Well, here's the thing. Excuse me. To be quite honest, people, like I said, people don't know the history of things. Number one, they don't know all the things. And then two, like they don't know how to proceed with legislature because politics is a very new animal to the community.
Mm. So is that? Go ahead.
And that was a new information that I found out today, what Cell said. So much so that I made sure I saved that part of the stream because I think, to your point, Cell, there's going to be a lot of red flags with that particular stream. So I went ahead and grabbed that part so I wouldn't forget it. The fact that when it comes to reparation has already, historically speaking, have been paid to us. It was just taken away. I forgot what year Stephen said it was taken away. And it's like, oh, that makes sense now. And this is all more the reason why, and the fact that other people knew about this as well. Currently, like Angerman saying he knew about it, and a couple of others. It's like, okay, now this is one more reason for me to look at the Democrats with the side eye like, y'all really swept this under the rug and
Mm.
didn't bring this to our attention. That's killer. Like
Yeah, it
that's
was
some cold blooded
Andrew.
shit.
It was Andrew Jackson that he said that pretty much repealed it or rescinded it. Like they reneged on the whole entire thing. Yeah, that I didn't know.
I got a lot of research to do because once I get all the information I need to, oh, we're definitely spinning the block on that particular topic. The
I'll
fact
put the
that it
link
was
for you, a good starting point for you in the back chat because honestly, Andrew Jackson immediately took it away. But there was full print ads and news and everything about the 40 acres of the hill. So this is like where people are like, oh, it's propaganda and it's fiction and it's not true and it's this and it's that and it's the third. It's like, God, Jesus Christ, like you can literally go and research and read to know, like, what the fuck, what are we talking about for real? So let me
Yeah,
share this
who
screen.
said that? I was looking at my phone, but I heard somebody diminish that. Who was it?
Somebody that didn't even matter. They're not even getting names no more. Listen.
Yeah.
She said they're not even getting names no more.
And thank you, Ari Nicole, and I appreciate you for the super chat. So this is like the New York Tribune article. Well, this is the New York Tribune from February 18th, and it's in here. Like this is a mimeograph. I don't know if you showed the screen. Did you show the screen? You did. This is like mimeograph text, and it's in this daggone newspaper. Like people can't be serious. They can't be serious when they're talking about the things that they're talking about. And again, like I would have to print these out and zoom it in to the exact point because it's so much content to go through in this article. But I'm going to take you to the original place that reference it. So right here, Stanton, aware of the great historical significance of the meeting, presented Henry Ward Beecher, Harriet Beecher Stowe's famous brother, a verbatim transcript of the discussion, which Beecher read to his congregation at New York's Plymouth Church, and which the New York Daily Tribune printed in full in its February 13th, 1865 edition. Stanton told Beecher that for the first time in the history of this nation, the representatives of the government had gone to these poor debased people and to ask them what they wanted for themselves. Stanton had suggested to Sherman that they gather the leaders of the local Negro community and ask them something no one else had apparently thought to ask. What do you want for your own people following the war? And what they wanted astonishes us even today. It goes deep. Like it was a promise that was made by William C. Sherman in Special Field Order number 15. And let me see if it brings me to that link because I do love that. Yes. This is from New Georgia Encyclopedia. Okay, but there is historical documents attached as well. All right. And then when he made this declaration, Special Fields Order number 15, then the president at the time took the land back because they were given the land, took the land back and gave it back to the white property owners. But again, you know your history and you know what you're talking about. You can have these conversations, but people don't know their history and they just be talking to be talking. In fact, there's several instances in which Black people have received some form of reparations.
So is this refused history, or is this just washed up under the rug history, or swept up under the rug history?
This is, I don't want to say it's refused and I don't want to say it's washed up. What I will say is this is hidden history. This is history that's not put in the text that you learn about in your history class in school. This is text that you have to actually be looking for information in order to find out the obviousness of the truth.
Got you. Okay, cool. I think if more people knew about this, sorry, Chris, was you about to say something?
Just the fact that this happened on the Democrats watch. You'll have to ask Black people the idea of remaining a Democrat. Does it make sense? Add value, help you achieve your ultimate goal in 2025 and moving forward. It's an
Answer.
honest question.
Put this image in. So this is the actual historic document. This is from the Office of the Superintendent of Freedmen, Charleston, South Carolina, April 1st, 1865. Number 118. In accordance with Major General Sherman's Order number 15, permission hereby granted to Richard Brown to take possession of and occupy 40 acres of land situated in St. Andrew Parish Island of whatever this is, and being part of what was formerly known as the Graveyards Plantation by order of Brett Major General Rufus Saxton. So what are we talking about again? I thought it was just propaganda.
Mm.
And another one, to all whom it may concern, August 21st, 1965. Something having selected for settlement 40 acres of land on A&M Canaan, something hill. I can't read that, but pursuant to Special Field Order Number 15, Headquarters, Military Division of the Mississippi, Savannah, Georgia, January 16th, 1865. Like, let's be so for real. There was whole ledgers and everything else. But again, people will tell you that it's propaganda, and it's not. There's historical documents that prove that this is a real thing. Hey, KP from the KC, KP from KC5, this is a real thing. We were actually given land, and Andrew Jackson, Democratic president, took it away from us. So you mean to tell me that me knowing history, me having researched, me having looked, I'm meant to believe somebody that tells me it's propaganda because
mic check. Is Raw talking?
say so? Yeah, I am. Can you hear me?
Chris, you
Mic
there?
check, y'all.
Yeah, we can.
Mic check.
Can you hear
Okay,
me?
was Raw still talking, or she just ended
Let me
the
refresh.
screen? Sal, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I was wondering what was going on with Raw's. Raw, you back?
Now? Yeah, I just refreshed it. I don't know what happened. When I get to telling the truth, all of a sudden shit starts acting crazy. Can you hear me now though?
Oh yeah, we can hear you. And I think you got a new member.
Oh, thank you, Tina Mo. Appreciate you. So when we're sitting here and we're talking about historical context and actualization of reparations that have been given and haven't been given, like I can even show you the parcels of land that the 40 acres and a mule were supposed to, that the 40 acres were supposed to come from. And matter of fact, I will. Because it's part of, like, there's even blackpast.org that has historical context for it. Like, y'all know my spicy side, but in all actuality, my husband can tell you I'm a fucking nerd. Share the screen, please. Like, this is what I do when I'm not at work. Like, I'm studying, and a lot of my concentrations of study is predicated upon historical documentation. But here it is. Map showing island set aside in orange by Special Fields Order Number 15, January 1865. It was literally this whole strip in Virginia, right before Florida. So what are we talking about again? But a lot of
all
people,
of that was taken back.
yes, and all of it was taken back.
Sickness.
It was 20,000 acres of land confiscated in South Carolina, sold to freedmen in 20-acre plots. Secretary of Treasury Salmon Chase expanded the offering to 40 acres per family. In January 1865, General William T. Sherman met with 20 African-American leaders who told him that land ownership was the best way for Blacks to secure and enjoy their newfound freedom. On 16th January that year, Sherman issued Special Field Order Number 15. The order reserved coastal island in Georgia and South Carolina for Black settlement. Each family will receive 40 acres. Later, Sherman agreed to loan the settlers Army mules. 6 months after Sherman issued the order, 40,000 former slaves lived on 400,000 acres of this coastal land. In March, Congress seemed to indicate plans for widespread land reform when it authorized the Freedmen's Bureau to divide confiscated land into small plots for sale to Black and loyal Southern whites. Less than a year after Sherman's order, President Andrew Johnson, intervened in order that the vast majority of confiscated land be returned to its former owners. This included most of the land that the freedmen had settled. The government disposed tens of thousands of Black landholders, dispossessed tens of thousands of Black landowners in Georgia and South Carolina. Some Blacks fought back, driving away former owners with guns. Federal troops sometimes evicted Blacks by force. In the end, only some 2,000 Blacks retained land that they had won and worked after the war. Other provisions existed for Blacks to acquire land, but they were ineffective. Prices under the Southern Homestead Act 1866 were too high for former slaves with almost no capital. The development of the Black Code and the use of year-long contracts to bind labor also made acquiring land nearly impossible. The federal retreat from land redistribution was not only a disappointment to that cultivated a sense of betrayal, it was also a missed opportunity for economic reform that might have allowed Southern Blacks to consolidate and hold political gains made during the early years of the Reconstruction. But again, I don't know what I'm talking about, right? That's what they tell you.
Super chats.
Thank you to KP from the KC, and thank you for Tina Mo Show. I'd be remiss if I didn't join such excellence, research impeccable. Thank you for your offerings, Raw. Listen, this is not a thing for me, right? And my mother told me something a couple months ago, and I've been staying with it. This is another reason why I've been kind of falling back. My mother told me that I have to be a teacher because it's a calling on me that's meant for me to do. And I hate doing it because I hate unruly students, right? And earlier today, it was a classroom full of unruly students.
Yeah,
That's saying it nicely. That's saying it nicely.
Hey, Gail. Yeah, but like, this is the thing. Like, in order for our people to be liberated, in order for us to get back to a place of Black pride and Black power, we first must understand the history, the true history, not the whitewashed history that eradicates white fragility and white guilt, the actual history of what happened. And I personally have no issue with white people, Spanish people, Asian people, green people, orange people, Mexican people, no people. I don't give a shit. As long as you can have a logical conversation, then we can build and we can talk. But we're going to build and we're going to talk about truth. I'm not going to sit there, hey, Bad Duck, I'm not going to sit there and baby you. I'm not going to sit there when you say that a song that is steeped in biblical culture is racist, because then if that's the case, then are you saying that the Bible in and of itself and religion is racist?
Preach. Well, that's what I was speaking to earlier.
Especially
when I was
to
saying
the core value when it comes to the history. Because let's go there. I know a lot of people want to say Christianity, the Bible, how it got introduced to Black people through the slave owners. This is what makes it racist, not ignoring the fact that Black people has always had its own relationship with God prior to 1619. So you have to move off of that factual information. But when people are stuck in their emotions, that's that's usually what they tend to lean on. It's 2025. If you choose to be ignorant or stupid with all the resources we have to show that some things about history that was taught to us is not lining up and it's not making sense, you choose to live in your own ignorance for a level of convenience. I cannot in any type of way, shape, or form respect you after that. You're choosing to be I'm not say that word. You're choosing to be intellectually inept.
You're being intellectually dishonest. That's what you're being, intellectually dishonest. And especially, I'm just gonna say it, for someone that says that they are an ex-pastor, for you not to know songs that are in the hymnal, what type of pastor were you? Now becomes the question that I ask.
period. Because if you're supposed to
Yeah,
be if you're supposed to
some
be
people
part of
just
this,
gotta do a little bit more
is my
research
microphone working?
before they start talking.
Yes, your microphone
Oh,
is very loud.
Oh shit, my
nice.
bad. Chris, you
Okay,
can hear me?
sorry. Speaking of
I
doing a
don't
little
think Chris can hear
research,
me.
let's go back about 24 hours. Shout out to my guy, Wish Doctor. Good people. Will be uh, seeking more music from him because I have a project coming out next year and I need his assistance. He held a panel yesterday while I was there. It was regarding the food stamp conversation. I
Hmm.
understand Chris Volumes isn't working apparently.
Yeah,
What's
can you
wrong?
hear me?
Mic check. Am I good?
Can you hear me? God damn it.
Mic check.
Mic check, but I don't think you can hear me.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
All right, mic check. Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yes,
hear
but
you.
can
Can
you
you hear
hear
us?
us?
Not at all.
Damn, struggling, streaming on the budget.
Mm. Here, Raw. Uh, while I fix this, can you give a recap what happened on Witch Doctor yesterday? Because that pissed me off as well.
Okay, so while he's refreshing, refresh yourself. Refresh, press. Okay. So while we were on Witch Doctor's show yesterday, there was a conversation being had about tyranny. Now, you guys saw that I did a one-on-one with Tyranny, and me and my good sis Miss O'Shun. We did a breakdown about the qualifications for food stamps from the state of Texas. And while we were sitting there on Witch Doctor show and having the conversation, a self-admitted criminal that has committed welfare fraud came up there saying that she has to be committing welfare fraud because he committed welfare fraud. And the
Yeah,
conversation, go ahead, Chris.
no, that was me. But yeah, that was pretty wild. It's just like how you going to talk crap about her when you yourself you committed, you attempted to or did commit fraud. Like what are we talking about here?
Mad Duck also asked you, is he in the doghouse? I told him he's good, but I don't know. He might be in the doghouse with me.
No, he ain't in the doghouse. Mm-mm.
So yeah, like it was super crazy because at the end of the day, like you're viewing something through the lens of what you would do.
Mm-hmm.
And when we're having these conversations, this is quintessentially the underlying problem. I have said this several times, babe. I've said it to you. I trust my husband because I know what I will do. And as long as I know that I'm not willing to do certain things, I have trust that he is not willing to do certain things either. This is why I chose him. So when it comes to relationships, if you're not a cheater, you're not going to automatically assume that someone else is a cheater. When it
Right.
comes to being a thief, if you're not a thief, you're not going to automatically assume somebody else is a thief. Like, it's just if you're not being disingenuous, you're not going to assume somebody else is being disingenuous as well. You're going to give them room to prove exactly who they are. And in a lot of these conversations on these spaces, people are simply disingenuous.
Yeah, it speaks from a position of familiarity when these people are participating in these things, and it's just like naturally y'all hate each other, but at the same time y'all know who each other are and who you look like because in more ways than one y'all are each other. And in doing so, that conversation with Tierney, I don't that conversation with Tierney, it doesn't really need to go as deep as people think it need to go, but in more ways than one, it has to because more than people are getting away from the fact that no one's saying that food stamps is just a terrible thing, and nor should it put you in some social position. Truth of the matter is, I mean, hell, it's supposed to be either a temporary or extra. People just want to introduce their own inequity into it because they want to feel like they better than the person who's on food stamps. But how can you say you better than or that women is worse off when you would even go as far as to lie about it just to get food stamps? So why would you want to be known as a fraudulating baby mama if baby mamas is what get food stamps? You kind of get where I'm going with it.
I do. Chris, are you back?
Mic check. Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
hear
Can
you.
you hear
You hear
us?
us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all. I had to switch to my cell phone.
Mm.
Okay, perfect. So this is the thing, like if black women especially are ain't crap people because they are running to white zaddy and you are living on couches and selling drugs in order to sustain your life and you're running to white zaddy for supplemental nutrition. You're the same thing as the women that you talk about. Let's
Right.
keep it as that.
Right. It's like it's okay. It's cool when I do it. It's like what? I'm trying to understand. How does that work?
It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. F it. But Chris, what was your thoughts?
Cause you're there.
Yeah, I have my phone on mute. My thoughts yesterday was, oh, my ain't shit changed about this space since I left.
Mm-hmm.
Not a damn thing changed. Tyranny's going to be tyranny. Lucky is going to be lucky, and all the Nimrods will continue to be Nimrods. When some things are black and white, whatever you feel about it needs to go out the window because it doesn't matter anymore. I stated my position. Am I a big fan of tyranny personally? The answer is no. However, if her family qualifies for the snap, hey, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she didn't manipulate the system, to my knowledge. She met the requirements. The whole your child has to be under 6. I don't know about that one. I tried looking that one up. I didn't see anything. But when it comes to everything else, I believe it's a family of 6. I believe. So yeah,
It's
and given that she's in
7 or 8. 7 or 8.
7 or 8. Okay, cool. And given that, oh shit, now I know she qualified. And given that I believe, if I remember correctly, she's in real estate, then yeah. And that shit is up and down, especially in Texas. Yeah, I believe that she qualifies. And hey, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Now to say that tyranny is part of the 10 to 15% that commits fraud, who
It's
try to manipulate.
3%.
Oh, 3%. I'm sorry. That must have been I'm sorry, that's something different. That's even worse. If it's 3%, yeah, we're gonna have to let that part of the conversation go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot confidently have that conversation. Say most people in our community is community fraud, and if the number is 41.7 million people is on SNAP food benefits, and you said 3% of that. All right, we need to. It's time to abandon that talking point altogether. That's a talking point debunking in of itself.
Well,
And
More people actually. Oh, I'm sorry. I misspoke, y'all. Y'all know I love to correct myself. I'll fact check myself in a moment just to be sure I'm on point. Share, share the screen. Okay. So, welfare fraud is rare, with most of the funds lost to errors or internal fraud being a very small percentage. For the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, estimates show that less than 1% of benefits are paid to ineligible households, and overpayments are often due to mistakes by recipients or program staffs, not intentional fraud. For Medicaid, most fraudulent activity is attributed to healthcare providers rather than the recipients themselves.
mm-hmm.
So what had happened?
The reason that the whole talking point about fraud and welfare or fraud and food stamps, it points to when you look at what it is that they went and investigated and what they found, that it was a lot of people who was getting food stamps or getting just welfare period, and either they didn't need it or it was some bukkake going on, and that was the problem. So it's an evolved talking point that has come from a position of myth just because people wanted to be salacious or funny specifically towards black women. And I get it. It sounds good, but it's not rooted or based in anything that's true only until that investigation comes out. And when that investigation does come out, it doesn't just specifically stick to black women, though. That's the problem. But because people want to and people feel like they have to substantiate their specific problem, then they want to have to always make it about black women. But you look at Tyranny's position. If I'm not mistaken, Tyranny's in Texas, right?
yeah,
She is in Texas, but wait, I have further information as well. Because now, out of those 1% of fraud cases, right, this is where people get the numbers from because they're not doing true research. So, of the 61,678 cases reported to the commission in the fiscal year 2024, 937 involved government benefits fraud. Government benefit fraud offenses have increased 242% since fiscal year 2020. But we're literally talking about 937 cases.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all staying with me now.
Mm-hmm.
Staying with me. Now, and it's in the table. It was 274 in 2020 and 937 now in 2024. 64.6% of individuals sentenced for government benefit frauds were men.
Yep.
62.4% of those men were Black.
Mm-hmm.
Their average age was 41 years old, and 93.3% were U.S. citizens, and 71.2% had little to no prior criminal history. The median loss over these offenses was $137,600. Get out of here.
Yeah.
It's men committing, right? It's men committing welfare fraud, not women, not Black women. It's Black men.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's what I said. Go ahead, my bad.
No, you're okay, honey. So do y'all really want Raw G to come out here and break down these numbers to y'all and show you the fallacy of your arguments at every turn? Because I can. Because I can. When I'm sitting there on these panels and I'm talking to people and I'm saying what I'm saying, there's empirical data to prove what I'm talking about. And I'm gonna even drop the links in the chat because that's how gangsta I am with mine. Gangstalicious out this piece. Go and do your own studies. Go ahead and get to the obviousness of the truth. Even the welfare queen trope in and of itself is a fallacy and it's a lie on Reaganomics. Reaganomics put up that trope of the welfare queen, and it really was a racially ambiguous woman that wasn't even Black. She's said to be white, mixed race, Spanish, and a whole bunch of more shit. She was traveling all over this country doing fraud, but y'all say it was a Black woman. So are you actually giving content and having conversations to talk about and have the discussions and be truthful and logical? Are you being salacious and pandering? Most of you are pandering. Stop talking to me, bruh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They participating in this thing only because they heard their favorite YouTuber or their favorite podcaster, or they heard Reagan said, "Oh, you're a welfare queen." When you look at the numbers and you look at the actual data, it doesn't add up. It sounds good to call a Black woman a welfare queen, but the truth is, when you go look at the data, it's not true. But in Tammy's situation, if she's in Texas, y'all said she got a family of 6 or 7?
7 or 8.
7 or 8. So she's probably getting, I don't know how much she's making, but I'm just assuming that she makes just baseline. She's probably getting around maybe 250 to 300 per kid.
That's what she said in the interview. In the interview, she said she's getting $300 per child.
So if she's in real estate, I don't know what type of job her husband got, but if she's in real estate, which that means that her money is not guaranteed all the time because that's commission based, right?
That's correct.
So she needs food stamps. Depending on the type of job that her husband got. And I don't know if they rent or if they own a home, but when you think about the numbers and you think about especially if they stay in a specific part of Texas, which would be like West Texas, that's like oil field country. You need food stamps. So high cost of living.
Nah, son. You talking crazy because she's a Black woman that has blonde braids in her hair. Apparently, she's a welfare queen.
That ain't got nothing to do with it.
No, according to Lucky Marie, it does.
It's a lot of things I can say about that specifically, but I'm trying to stay away from the nigga space.
So
but that's my point, right? My point is this: it is internalized self-hate that is the problem within this community. That is the problem within the ecosphere of social media that we unfortunately have found ourselves in. These people hate themselves.
But we could say hate, but if we are given if we're going based off of information that was told to us, I don't know if I'm gonna go as far as to say hate. I will say this: once you're educated and you still remain to be ignorant to the fact, now that's not only is that hate, that's a form of stupidity. That's to go with it.
Yeah.
So
I would say it's race baiting, race and rage baiting.
Well, if you ignorant of the information, I can't knock you because you're ignorant of the information. If you're willfully or purposefully being ignorant of the information just because it doesn't fit your narrative, now we have a problem. Because now what you're doing is you're trying to consolidate your talking point by producing or participating in falsehoods just to fit the narrative so you can be right.
But Wody, you wrong. because she's married, they're going to go on the household income.
Yep.
See, this is another thing, because that's another thing I took exception to. Well, your husband got you on food stamps. Anybody that lives in a household, if it's your boyfriend and he live in your household and you're honest, your boyfriend will have you on food stamps, or your family will qualify for food stamps. Like it's so simple. But these are the same type of silly, Dizzy Gillespie people that believe that six figures makes you immune to the atrocities of the socioeconomic system in the United States of America. And I've been telling y'all for years, six figures doesn't mean anything. I've even showed you what six figures amounts to from the Caucasian perspective, because if it comes through a white mouth, you guys usually understand, especially it comes from the mouth of a white man. And I showed you white men, white accountants, white economists breaking down what that money equates to. It equates to buckets once you factor in healthcare premiums, car insurance, mortgage, rent, food, utilities, television, internet, basic entertainment. It is no money. It's not even enough money to start saving a decent amount of money in your 401k and your educational plans for your children.
Mm-hmm. But
Now,
here's
go ahead, Will, because I want to kind of debunk. Well, I want to bring up something that I was corrected on, but go ahead.
so my thing is like we don't this is not a situation to where we're gonna judge a person based on a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. Why does the intricate details of Tyranny's situation matter? Because unless you're trying to sleep with Tyranny, none of that's your business.
When we think, well, with that, I can answer that. When it comes to, there's only three people in the spaces that glorifies the idea of, well, who's the face of welfare? And I'll say the names: Jay Prince, uh, shit, what is homeboy's name?
Uh,
Beans
oh yeah.
and Tyranny.
Well,
Uh, oh no, don't ban him, don't ban him. My bad. Debut BTSI show. Bad Duck, what's up, man? My bad. Accidentally banned you on
Oh,
your first day.
Damn.
sweet. Cool.
hello, Bad Duck.
So
Hello.
my bad up.
So
Well, you know.
So yeah, Beans, Jay Prince, and Tyranny. When you think of welfare and you think about this little space on YouTube, those are the three people's faces that comes up. So when you find out that there is a new perspective or actually not a new perspective, something that has always been there, it's just in the fine print that okay, we can't look at Tyranny at this lighting anymore, or actually it has changed, it has shifted. You have to change your opinion on things. She qualified, big family, married, all the stuff in the state of Texas. She can get this with no shame, I guess. So all that narrative about her has modified to a degree, and people are going to be uncomfortable with that because they can't uh spew what they want to spew about her the same way as before, if that makes sense.
But here's the thing. I mean, when it comes down to Jay Prince, let's be very honest. And I do not care for Jay Prince. However, I can be honest enough to say he's a single father of three children. He qualifies. He's not shown us any high income employment. Hell,
Mm-hmm.
he was working at McDonald's. He most assuredly qualifies in Wisconsin with a family of four. Now, when it comes down to Beans, Beans might be one of those men that are, in the list of government fraud, because Beans is a grown ass man and he's able bodied. But
Well,
people feel pity for Beans. People feel pity for Beans because he's come on social media and he's been very transparent and very vulnerable with his mental health issues. However, people will vilify Tyranny because she's married and she has 6 children. People will vilify Jay Prince, and Jay Prince is also very transparent. Jay Prince also has exhibited mental health issues and disturbances, in my opinion. However, he is also a single father raising his children. So they vilify the people that are raising children and need assistance to say, well, you shouldn't have kids. You shouldn't have kids, whether they should or they shouldn't have. If wishes was horses, we all could ride. But at the end of the day, they have little people people that are here now. So if they need assistance, unless you're offering them gainful employment, should you be judging them?
Right. Now, should it
Oh, your microphone is bugging.
let me mute and try this again.
Chris, you there?
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, you borging real bad.
Be right back.
But yeah, so even in Jay Prince's situation, well, in Beans' situation, I don't know if Beans is able-bodied or not. I do know that he's up there in age, but at the same time, there's other factors that could be introduced as to why it is that he will be seen as a fraud because he's possibly holding himself back. But other than that, you can go be a greeter, you can go do something, and you don't have no children with you. So there's no excuse as to why you can't provide for yourself. Other than the fact that Section 8 is literally taking care of you, you can go out and you can get a job. Now, some people don't live above what it is that would qualify them for benefits because they don't want to lose benefits. But then now we have the introduction of a problem when we talk about the 1960s and how it is that welfare is a safety net for people. Can I be heard?
Yes, you can be heard. I mean, I don't even think that it's really a safety net, though. It's a really invasive process. Like, people act like getting government assistance is you just go say, "Hey, give me some money," and the government says, "Here you go. Here's some money." They require a lot of documentation for your
they want to be
financial
in your
process.
business.
Yeah. Also, do you see your message? I sent you a message.
In private chat or on Messenger?
Messenger.
Okay, hold on.
Now, Bad Doug, what are your thoughts about the conversation? Yeah, his visuals are usually pretty bad, and he do be drunk as shit, though.
I'm catching up. Because I mean, I'm not familiar with Jay Prince yet, so I'm still kind of catching up to what you guys are talking about.
Well, and in this situation, it's the scope of those who are on food stamps, those who need it, don't need it, or in all this, that, and the other. More so, why is there such a negative outlook when people have on food stamps, but we don't know the person's situation? And it's like, who are we to judge?
Right.
What up, Chaos Reigns?
I mean, I think that I don't want this to be taken wrong or anything, but I just think over the years that from all the anecdotal stories that you hear, of single women going, I need to make more, so I'm going to go have another baby, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I just think from the white community's perspective, because that's all I can speak on, it paints a negative portrayal of that person being on welfare. I guess is that that's kind of the right way to say it, I guess.
So would you say that, or rather, are you familiar with Reaganomics and the welfare queen propaganda that he pushed?
I'm familiar with Reaganomics, but I am not familiar with the propaganda you're talking about.
Okay, once Chris comes back, I will have him share the screen from NPR. NPR had me cracking up when I first read this story. I was like, nigga, what?
I say Reagan was what, 80 to 84? Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm old, but even I was still pretty young back then. Because in 80, I would have been, what, 10 or 11? So.
What's this,
and
baby?
Oh, you have controls. Okay. So this is the article from, Chris is back. The truth behind the lives of the original welfare queen. So let's listen, because I don't even feel like reading it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, NPR listeners. Each year, NPR invites students from around the country to submit their audio stories to NPR's Student Podcast Challenge. Click to learn more and listen to stories from recent winners. Support for NPR and the Student Podcast Challenge come from Progressive Insurance. Get a quote online at progressive.com.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates.
From NPR
Progressive,
News, this
Progressive,
is All
cut that
Things
check.
Considered. I'm Audie Cornish.
Right,
and
cut
I'm
that
Melissa
check.
Bach.
Cut that check. Free
Hey, man,
advertisement.
I use her online, and that shit is cheap. So
Lord, okay, let's listen.
When Ronald Reagan ran for president in 1976, he railed against the welfare state. He portrayed it as a broken system rife with fraud and abuse, and he singled out one woman to make his case.
In Chicago, they found a woman who holds the record. She used 80 names, 30 addresses, 15 telephone numbers to collect food stamps, Social Security, veterans benefits for 4 non-existent deceased veterans' husbands, as well as welfare. Her tax-free cash income alone has been running $150,000 a year.
The so-called welfare queen became an enduring trope in the debate over welfare. Some liberals called the story bogus, a fiction. Well, now Josh Levine of the online magazine Slate has investigated. He's turned up the sordid history of a woman who was very much real, and as he tells it, Taylor's welfare fraud was dwarfed by far more serious crimes, including possible child abduction and murder. Josh, welcome to the program.
Thanks, Melissa.
You call this woman Linda Taylor in your story. That was one of her aliases, but she was also Connie Harbaugh, Martha Miller, Sandra Brownlee, Reverend Linda Ray. She had dozens of aliases over the year, and a lot of things about her are unclear, including her race. What do we know about her?
So we know that she was a woman whose life was about obfuscation. She was someone who had a different name, a different race, a different age, often for everyone that she would encounter. You know, it was an interesting editorial decision in the piece. What do you call this woman? We decided to go with Linda Taylor because that's what she was known as at the height of her infamy. But to say that that was her consistent identity would not be true.
Doesn't begin to touch it. This story was covered at great length in Chicago back in the 70s by the Chicago Tribune. They revealed that Linda Taylor drove a Cadillac. She had a mink coat, posed as a heart surgeon. What else was known at the time?
She was, as Reagan said in that clip, someone who used a lot of different aliases, someone who had a lot of different addresses, someone who had a lot of different phone numbers, and that was to abet public aid fraud. And that's really what the Tribune focused on. They also wrote about some other things that she was accused of, including kidnapping, including possible homicide. And they focused on things like her alleged voodoo practice and just other things to make her seem like a very outlandish character.
And somehow these more heinous crimes didn't get the attention that the welfare fraud case did. And there was one case in particular, you found that she'd been investigated for baby trafficking, kidnapping babies, possibly selling them. And it included a notorious case going back to 1964. It was the kidnapping of the Franzak baby from a Chicago hospital. What happened?
There was a woman named Dora Franzak, and she had her child taken from her arms very soon after he was born. A woman in a white uniform came into the room and said a doctor needed to examine the child. The woman was seen leaving the hospital from a rear exit. There was a manhunt. This became a national cause celeb. 9 months later, it was reported that 35,000 people had been interviewed. The woman in the white uniform was never found. The child has never been found to this day, 50 years later. But Linda Taylor was investigated as a suspect in the 1970s.
And is there any proof that she was, in fact, the woman who kidnapped that baby?
There's circumstantial evidence, people who said that she would claim that she was a nurse. Her son told me that there would be children in the house that he knew were not hers and that would leave mysteriously. When she was sentenced for welfare fraud in 1977, around the time of that hearing, a man who lived with her told prosecutors that she had taken the Franzak baby, that he believed it very strongly, that she had left the house wearing a nurse's uniform the day of the kidnapping. So there's not definitive proof, but there's a lot of things that make you wonder.
Josh, you write in your story in Slate that Linda Taylor was implicated in at least two suspicious deaths of women, and one of them was a mother of three in Chicago, whom Taylor had moved in with. But somehow, again, that death didn't get attention. And you put it this way: a murder in Chicago is mundane. A sumptuously attired woman stealing from John Q. taxpayer is a menace.
Yeah, Linda Taylor moved in with this family, and I talked to the daughter of the woman who ended up dying, and she described how Linda basically took over their lives, that everything changed, that they had had like kind of a well-to-do childhood, and then very quickly they didn't have anything to eat. Her mother was getting sick, and then less than a year later, she was dead. And on her death certificate, the cause is consumption of barbiturates. They took a blood sample and they found that she had a very high amount of these drugs in her system. Chicago police looked into this. The Cook County State's Attorney's Office looked into this. I was told that they believed that there was some chicanery there, that they believed that Linda Taylor was probably responsible for this woman's death, but they just didn't feel like they had the evidence to connect her to the crime, that they didn't feel like a jury would have enough to convict her. And there was also a concern that she was actually out on bail for welfare fraud at this time when all of this was happening, this alleged homicide. There was concern that it would be perceived that they were bringing her up on homicide charges in order to get more publicity for the welfare case, and that they thought it might jeopardize that case to bring these additional charges.
So somehow the welfare case became the thing that they were hanging everything on.
Yeah, the welfare case became a very, politically important thing to a lot of people. I think there was a very strong political will to bring her up on those charges. And maybe there wasn't a big kind of grand reason to just prosecute a woman for a murder.
Linda Taylor died in 2002. The name on her death certificate is not Linda Taylor, it's Constance Lloyd. She had become a villain, right? A symbol of welfare fraud and abuse and an epidemic that was ravaging the system. The point I think you're making in your story is that while, yes, there was welfare fraud, and yes, she did commit that she should not be seen as the emblem of what welfare fraud was. She was a criminal many, many times over.
Right. She is not an example of anything. She is a unique figure when it comes to public aid fraud. She is a unique figure, I think, when it comes to American criminality. She's not somebody that you want to use to exemplify a trend. She's not someone you want to use to exemplify a strain of human behavior. So to make any kind of claim about public aid fraud or to make any kind of claim about welfare recipients by using her as an example is a pretty big mistake.
Josh Levine.
It's a pretty big mistake. And then on top of it all, Linda Taylor was also known as Martha. And according to the 1940 census, she was white. So when they are putting these tropes and these lies in the atmosphere, that it's Black women, nah, it's really not. And it never was. This woman was a psychotic person. This woman was a serial deleter. This woman was a serial criminal. And the only thing they highlighted in her background was that she was able to manipulate the system and get $1 million in welfare. And they attributed it to a Black woman. That's what Ronald Reagan did. But again, go ahead.
Do you think that was intentional on his
Absolutely
part,
it was.
or do you think that he was just misfed bad information from?
No, absolutely it was intentional. It was intentional because this was a woman that had manipulated the system. This is during the time of Iran-Contra and a whole bunch of other stuff. So they wanted to put the focus on the Black welfare queen. The only thing is she ain't Black.
Right.
The only thing is she was a very unique individual that should be used for criminal studies. Instead, it was a trope and a stereotype that was placed upon the head of Black women that weren't even exhibiting nor participating in the programs to the levels that she was.
I'm going to reposition the stream, and this is going to be under talking point debunk because Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is definitely going to be. I'm gonna definitely do a reload of this, and this is going to be under talking point debunk. Jesus Christ. Rod, what's going on in the chat with homeboy? Is he good or is he tripping?
I mean, at this point, I don't care. I want everybody to be in this stream, even the people that are speaking and being naysayers, because you can say whatever you want to say, honey. One thing I've been told a long time ago is something that nobody can never take away from me is my education. And one thing I love is when you have people that are loud and loquacious and don't know anything about what they're talking about. And it can be so easily debunked with a quick Google search.
Right.
And Chris, I have to say, thank you to you and you too as well, honey, and Bad Doug, for actually having ears to listen and not cut me off. Because people get so mad because I'm Black, I'm a woman, and I'm educated that they constantly want to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm just a Google historian. The reality of it is, when you are in fact a historian, Google for me is not a research tool. Google for me is just to pull up the historical documents that I already know because I've already done the research. It's just easier than going to my library and pulling out the books.
The problem is for someone to call someone else a Google historian, it's like the information that you found, they could have found as well. The problem is it doesn't fit their narrative, so they don't go looking for it. So you can't get mad at the person for finding the information that better suits the truth rather than suit your argument. So you can get mad all you want to.
Right. And plus, the things that fascinate me are boring to other people. My husband will tell you, I watch documentaries all the time. I'm always watching something historical. Whenever I'm not watching a good Reddit story, I'm watching something that's going to enhance my mind and increase my life. People would be shocked to know that I'm an avid NPR supporter. I love NPR. It's not as racist as you think it is. It's a lot of good information.
NPR. Don't they the one that do Tiny Desk as well, or am I tripping?
I'm not sure if they're the ones that do Tiny Desk, but I do like the Tiny Desk things. I just more so go over there to read the articles, and then I listen to the interviews that they do because, I don't know everything, but I know how to do some research. Yeah, I do.
See, one thing I always say, I'm a genius because I know I'm not. I tend to listen to other people. So interrupting Raw is really not on my things to do. And when some people are just highly educated, it will behoove me just to shut up and listen.
Yeah.
What I agree or disagree is irrelevant. Let them talk. You might learn a thing or two. It's only going to benefit you at the end of the day. So yeah, I don't get into that interrupting people because I'm in my feelings because what they say actually has some validity, and what I also say was actually some goofy shit, i.e. last night's panel. And this the panel moments ago as well.
Yeah,
see, that's where go ahead.
Level. That was no, go ahead, better, but that was max level goofy shit.
I meant to miss that one. See, I'm like,
miss anything.
I'm the opposite. Technically, I am a genius, but because of that, from what I've been able to figure out, I don't absorb information from books per se. I have to have the one-on-one interaction and the conversation with somebody to absorb the information. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. Hey, Lobato, but this is the thing for me. I have a very high IQ. I'm not ever going to tell anybody what the number
Want
is.
to compare? Want to compare?
No, I don't, because that's elitist. I've always kept that, firmly and staunchly to myself. But
well, I'll say this: I'm 4 points higher than Einstein.
Nice, very nice. I know that you're smart. I know that you're highly intelligent because I listen to the conversation and the things that you talk about and the way that your mind works in reasoning, right? So I peeped that about you a long time ago. But the thing is that I also know that a lot of people that are having these conversations are not as
Right.
intellectually inquisitive. So
Right.
Not at all.
I was trying to say it nicely, but you know, this is why I've stopped arguing, because for a while I would argue with people like, no, you really can't, you just can't believe that. And I had to understand, yes, they can believe it, and you can't wake up a brain that doesn't want to be woken up.
Right.
To any capacity. So, you know, like it's just unfortunate, because what is that saying that they said so very long ago? If you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book.
Period.
Yep.
Well, the problem is reading is fundamental, and it shows more and more that people are not mental in the way that they need to be. They're mental in other ways.
Right. Right.
They
That's what's so
mental.
funny. It's like I was saying earlier, I can't sit down and read very few like self-help books and things like that, because it's just so boring to my brain that I can't absorb it. And same thing with school. Like I had horrible grades in grade school and high school because I just found it so boring. It was, 1 + 1 = 2. I don't care how you add it up and how you do it. 1 + 1 = 2. And once I got the formula, or once I got the idea, then I was done with it. I just wanted to go somewhere else and deal with something else. So for me, like I said, trying to pick that information up or necessarily do, like you guys are always talking about, these videos you're finding in documentaries and things like that. For me, it's almost like not of interest. I'd rather absorb the information from somebody like you guys who are doing the work for me, I guess. Sorry. But you're explaining it in a way that is interesting to me and that I can comprehend and take it in. So, and
bad.
you
You
know what
got
I mean?
ADHD?
I don't know. I never been, I got all kinds of problems, but I've never been told I had that one yet.
Might. Sounds like it might be a form. You might be on the spectrum.
And
I mean, go ahead, baby.
And it's this part for me, like people have their preconceived notions. Like, if you would like, I could talk to you very prim and proper all day long, but I choose to have conversations in the vernacular that's most comfortable to me, prepared, predicated upon the group that I'm speaking to. I can speak the King's English very well, beloved.
No, thank you.
The choice that I made. Don't ever get it fucked up because I could quote code switch, motherfucker. That has nothing to do with my level of intelligence or intellectuality.
No, and everything that Ra has ever said, I've caught you on a few very superficial things that have no real meaning in the topic. Like example, like earlier you said, we were talking about the anthems, and I think you said 1905 or whatever, and it was 12 years before the national anthem. I'm like, actually it was 1931 when the national anthem was adopted, so that's a little few more than 1905. But everything else, was a complete fact. So my brain just picks those things up. But everything else you guys have ever said, I trust 110%. So that's why I like coming on here and asking questions that's, I know even to me sound incredibly dumb, but I'm just trying to understand something that I don't know about, or I'm not really fully informed on, or have the same experience with.
The only dumb question is the one that isn't asked.
I know. I'm just an old white guy.
Well,
you black. Shut up.
Sometimes I hate to be honest and say this. Sometimes I think some questions don't need to be asked. Like it's some questions when you hear them, it's just like you could have kept that to yourself. Like nobody needed to know that question.
But it's a thing about a black woman in a tampon question, or other
Jesus.
ones.
No.
All right, get down here.
No,
I'm kidding.
No, what I'm saying is like when people are actually engaging in a conversation, they're asking meaningful questions if they're actually trying to participate and learn something.
Right.
When people ask stupid questions, it pretty much shows and tells like you're not paying attention to the conversation
Right.
at all.
Correct. Yeah, you're 100% correct.
And I'm not saying that everyone like people should be silent. What I'm saying is like we should try to increase the level of engagement to keep the conversation moving along. But the problem is in conversations, people have too many emotions. That's why I say I don't like to participate in. I like to participate in discussions.
Correction. I do believe some people need to be silenced because their lack of contribution to learning more is you can't sweep that underneath the rug. You're choosing to be stupid. And I'm doing a good job not saying the R word. Go ahead, Bad Dub.
I was gonna say it's kind of like I said to you, Will, the other night in private chat that I was asking you questions at the beginning of that thing because I was just trying to lead the conversation or try to let you be able to explain those things. I had already heard those answers from you before and didn't doubt them, but I was trying to just kind of guide the conversation to keep going. Otherwise it's just me looking like an idiot and you going on.
But no, the thing is, it can be an echo chamber, and no one likes an echo chamber, right? There has to be some point of contention. But the person that's in that position of contention, at least they're participating in a way that's adding to or debunking what it is that's being said on the floor. If we up here talking about food stamps, and after everything y'all just sold, and I come up here and I be like, that don't mean black women wasn't being talked about. It's just like, you mother. How did you get to that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
but, some of the off-ball crap. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rob.
No, go ahead, because I was just going to answer Joker's question. Joker said to me, what do I think about Terrence Howard's equation of 1 + 1? I think that Terrence Howard is extremely genius. And because I like Mandelbrot's, right, I can kind of understand his perspective of that equation. I don't agree, but I love the fact that his mind took that type of trip, right? And he was able not only to come up with a different solution to that problem, but able to orate it and explain it with such eloquence that even though people don't agree with it, it's causing major conversations about it. I think that the greatest geniuses of our time have been castigated in the moments that they are expressing themselves. And as historians look back over time, they get more validity. The best artists are not appreciated until after they die.
Actually, to even push along, Terrence Howard says 1 + 1. He had one on Joe Rogan's podcast, and he was showing off his theory about a product or an invention that he was coming up with, and it was dealing with aviation. It was 8-way aviation, and I think it was a mathematician that was telling him, he was like, "You got the right idea. I just think your math is wrong." So instead of Terrence getting upset or getting or feeling some type of way about it, he was like, "Can you share it with me?" So when he broke it down and shared with him, Terrence was like, "I didn't think of it that way." So he was like, "Yeah, when you actually go back and do your math, I think you're on the right path of showing a different way of aviation." He was like, "But I think your math is just wrong." So he was like, "But I don't want to hurt your feelings or disprove you on air or anything like that." And that's the other thing that has to be taken into context. He didn't want to make him feel bad just because he can show in different ways how his theory could be wrong. When we partake in these conversations, you notice that people are waiting for an aha moment to be like, "Oh, see, I got you. This is why you niggas need to shut." It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep. I didn't realize Terrence. When you guys were saying Terrence Howard, I'm like, the actor Terrence Howard? I had to go look it up. I'm like, damn, I didn't even know he was doing that stuff. I'll have to look into that further.
Yeah, and so this is a thing when we're talking about academia. versus social media discussions, there is a different reverence, right? Because there's a hypothesis, and then it's how you prove your hypothesis to get to your thesis, right? So if you can show the work and the journey, like, people have to respect it. But I liken Terrence Howard's equation of 1+1 to Madame Curie when she was discovering penicillin. Everybody thought that her and her husband were absolutely outside of their natural born minds, right? But they kept at it. They kept at the scientific process until they had enough proven results that this wonderful drug could be administered to end plagues and, like, to end pestilence and people being sick. Like, everything is not perfect when it first comes out of the gate, but it takes a level of bravery to know that you have a perspective that's not going to be arbitrarily, like, glommed onto, and still present that, because people automatically look at you like you're absolutely nuts.
Chris, you there?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Oh,
You know how Chris do? He just enjoying the conversation, honey. He be chilling and cook.
Like I said, I'm a genius because I know I'm not. I sit back and listen to other geniuses talk.
I always tell people I got a third
Amen.
grade education. I got a third grade education. I graduated with a master's in recess. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Just,
Yeah, me
Jesus
too.
Christ.
At least you
I'm just a
graduated.
poor, right? I'm just a poor Black woman. I must be a welfare queen. Got to be. I
Well,
couldn't possibly have high honors in the degrees that I carry. Nah, that can't be it. You know what I'm saying? Because I took a little spicy when I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? It couldn't possibly be that I've walked across several stages. No, that can't be it. Someone asked me a question the other day that I found so summarily disrespectful. How many deletions have you had? What makes you assume that I've had any?
What the
Because I'm
hell?
Black and I'm a woman?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody
and
seriously just asked you that out of the blue?
Yeah, that was that dude on my stream, Red
That's
Pill.
fucked up.
He was trying
Right.
to come from a position that in the red pill space, which is based in more ways than one off of incel ideology, and it's naturally a hatred against women. But the truth of the matter is that it's a loquacious viewpoint to come from, because naturally they don't hate women. They just have been in they have a image or a stereotype of a woman embedded into their psyche that they're attracted to, and since every other woman they encounter is not like that, they don't find attractiveness to them. But when it
but
comes to
why did he Jesus Christ? Why did
stupidity,
he yes, but why come out the blue with that assumption? Why did you see when people need to understand this, and we did this during get off your chest. This might be risky when they was in Houston last year. When it comes to this abortion conversation, that's for whatever the number, put number right here. You're talking from 1973 to 2025. And we have between 23 27 million Black women in this country currently. Stretch that out, find the average. Why did you put that on a random Black woman? That's disrespectful, and that's red pill. You cool people, but you can't do no goofy shit like that.
Well, this is the thing. When I say that I didn't have my first child until I was 32 and married, I didn't even throw in the fact that it was after I had several degrees and certifications. You know, it was, well, how many deletions did you have? Damn, could I just maybe have held a penny, or maybe been educated in my conquests, not to get myself caught up? I'm just saying real quick, because so many women are said to not be smart. That's usually
yeah,
how that goes.
That's
So people
bullshit.
make assumptions, but people make assumptions based off of the experience that they have, right? So these men are men that are sleeping with low quality, low tier women that are allowing them to run up in them without any protection, without any condoms. They're busting nuts inside of them, even though they don't want to be with them. They're creating children that need to be deleted. And because that is their life experience, that is the perspective and the lens which they view everybody else. Remember what I said at the top of the show. You only believe people will do the things that you are willing to do.
I'm speechless.
So people believe other people will do stupid stuff because they themselves believe that they have within them to do stupid shit all the time. Got it.
Pretty much.
So I just decided to just do a little math, and I'll admit this probably be one of my just something I do. Let's throw out the number: 20 million abortions in the black community since 1973, which is 22 years. I could be wrong. Here's what I did. I did 20 million divided by 52, which is 384,615 abortions on average per year since 1973. There's currently 23 um 23 black women in this country. So that average divided by 23 million, that means that's like that's if I recall correctly, 1%. That's 1% of black women in this country right now has committed abortion. That's only 1%. In comparison to the totality. So to do that, to make that assumption is another talking point I'm gonna have to go debunk later. But I could have we did this last year because I thought we was done weaponizing this against women. I thought we made that proclamation last year on my tripping.
Listen, this is what they try to do, but this is also a shame, blame, and explain tactic that they use. So
Yeah,
when they cannot,
that's not even a talking point, my Rob. That's just fucking disgusting.
No, that is a talking point in these spaces. In these spaces, what they say is black women are worthless. Black women are responsible for the degradation of the whole entire community. And black women either delete their children or they run to white zaddy the government in order to gain assistance. They can't pull that shit on me because I was married when I had my first child and I'm married now. I don't ever qualify for social services. I have never qualified for social services. My children have never eaten off of food stamps. Now, I'm not knocking anybody that gets EBT, TANF, or anything else because there have been times, baby, there have been times when I have sat up in here like, dang, can I just qualify for some food stamps on today? Because my kids eat a lot of food. They eat all the damn time, but I don't qualify.
And yes, and like I said yesterday, I just for shits and giggles, I said, with my current standing, let me see if I qualify for food stamps. Maybe, just maybe. Texas said, "Ha, you wish you don't qualify." I'm like, fuck.
Listen, after doing the math on Tyranny and her kids, listen.
Yeah.
You said 6 kids. Hell yeah,
bruh,
you get all the money.
You talking about $300 per kid? You better go get them damn stamps, these little motherfuckers.
Right. What's so funny that because when you were saying that earlier, like 300 to 350 per kid, and I was thinking back to in the 80s, my dad had I don't know, like 4 heart attacks at that point, and a quadruple bypass and everything else that you can think of. But so he was technically unable to work per Social Security, so he was getting the Social Security benefits, and then each kid they would give so much for each kid. And like back in the 80s, it was like $410 or $15 or something like that per kid, which is higher than what the food stamps are now.
Listen, you gotta let people talk the stuff that they gotta talk. Another thing I always know my whole entire life is like people open their mouths and remove all doubt that they're idiots every day. Like are you the bigger idiot when you get to going back and forth arguing with them? That's why
Right.
y'all have seen me not argue with people. I'm not finna argue with you. I'll kick you off a panel. I'll kick you out the show, but I'm not finna argue with you because I'm strong in my convictions and you're not gonna change my perspective or my way of
Right.
thinking. I can educate you on why I think, how I think. You can educate me on why you think, how you think, and we can have a conversation. And once that conversation goes left, I'm checked out.
Right.
Oh,
Mm.
and I want to take a moment and thank you to all the stupid people who are smart enough to leave my channel alone. How I articulate myself is on purpose. It's like a geo force field to keep I gotta get out saying that word to keep you
You mean
in,
geofence?
yeah, what did I say?
You said geoforce field.
Jesus Christ, geofence. And I do this
Still
on
stuck on
purpose to
Star Wars.
keep uh, uh, fair enough, to keep stupid people away. You're doing me a solid. You are keeping my beer still black. Some of the grades on my beer are from, well, yeah, you get it. Thank you for staying away from my channel. I greatly appreciate it.
Right.
Anthony says, I think there's a narrative being spun about black women. It is a narrative being spun about black women. Julian Brown says, BS, black women have survived despite the entire system being set up against them, including incarceration of black men, leaving women to a nearly impossible parenting situation, and still they thrive. Well, no one's going to get I wouldn't think that anyone would go against the narrative that black women don't thrive because of being able to survive on either dependency on the government or on themselves. But you have to look at, it's a two-sided coin to this conversation. You have to understand that in the 60s, when Lyndon B. Johnson offered up welfare to the black people, you have to understand that it came with a trick to it. The trick was that you could not have black male representation in the home. There could not be a husband, there could not be a father, and there could not be a boyfriend. So, in more ways than one, the argument can be made that black men were sacrificed just so black women could get government benefits. So, it's that's what I say. It's a dual sided conversation to the same problem. But it also depends on what type of narrative you're trying to push, because the stigma of it is, thank you, Bree, because that's exactly where I was about to go. The stigma of it is that it can be made that black women chose government assistance over black men, especially because you're talking about back in the time where they were coming home from the war and they were being either mistreated, they was being lost to the system. It's a whole bunch of things going on. Then you got to look at, this was also during the industrial times. It's a lot of things, a lot of factors that goes into this, but that doesn't remove the case and the responsibility of they chose.
And Julian asks, is government assistance necessary if the man is in the home? Well, in the case of tyranny, yeah, it's needed. Otherwise, they wouldn't qualify for it.
Or it would be harder for her to feed, or harder for them to feed the children, because she got 6 kids, big homie. And if she ain't making bank like that, and also she's in real estate again, I don't like the fact that we got to know certain details about her situation to really qualify or justify her case. But she's in real estate. She's in a high commission job. And when I say high commission, you have to be selling property all the damn time. But if you're not, if you're going through a dry spell, then you ain't making nothing.
You mean like construction?
Exactly.
Yeah. So them realtors make bank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know one of my friends in Virginia. She's in the real estate industry, and she told me how much money she gets off of one house, but she has to
Hmm.
be very active to be in a tax bracket that she's in. Granted, she don't like the fact that she got to pay 5 figures in taxes to do her taxes, but you gotta do what you gotta do to get the money. But that's not. And for the record, I believe Tierney's in real estate. I could be wrong, but that's not an indictment on her. It's just like this is where it's at in the state of Texas, and the market goes up and down. So if she cannot, uh, if she qualifies, if the state of Texas says, yeah, you can get it, then hey, go ahead. Now, the only thing is when it comes to the welfare queen narrative, I it was more so those who are just being lazy and put Tierney to the side because I don't know or care to know her personal life like that. I'm only going based off of what I believe I heard.
But Chris, we have to
Mhm.
completely dismiss the welfare queen because the welfare queen is a trope.
Mm-hmm.
And we
That's
just
fair.
debunked it today. The welfare queen is not an actual person. As
That's
far as
fair.
culture, anyway.
No, you're right. That's fair. That is 100% fair. And I'm not the type of person to really just call somebody welfare queen or whatever the case may be. Most of the people who are on welfare usually keeps that to them to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So you was on it. I ain't know about it. Now, me personally, do I care to know about it? Hell no. I got my own life to worry about, and I gotta find a way to get it on my own. And you found a way to do it, so salute to you on that. But yeah, we gotta get rid of the welfare queen trope, given what was articulated earlier. That's correct.
Mm-hmm. So to Bree's point, Bree said, I went to school with girls who planned on living off government assistance and just having multiple baby daddies that definitely exist. So the thing is, that's it can be a trope, but we have to make sure that when we are using the label or using what that trope is and we're going to assign that to a person, then you have to get into specific details. A person that's out here saying that they're going to purposely put themselves in a position to where they have to depend on assistance, yeah, you definitely a welfare queen. But if you're in a situation such as, again, with Tyranny, because she's on the table, if you're in a position like Tyranny, I wouldn't call her a welfare queen. I would just say, like, hey, at the end of the day, you had all these kids, cool, no problem. You still working, you married, you got your husband, and y'all need to feed these kids. Well, per Texas's qualifications, you qualify. Go get your stamps. Because I know
Yeah.
I'm just being honest. Some of y'all in the chat, if y'all was working a job where you was making a certain amount of money and you could qualify for stamps, I'm telling you right now, let them raise the cap and say that you got to make over this amount of money, and me and my wife fall within that bracket. You best believe down at that mother. But if I can find somebody to sell us some, let me stop.
We're just joking. This is for entertainment only.
Hey,
Pause. Hey,
shit.
whoever's got overbearing wrench in their chat, you might want to go remove that comment they made.
Who's chap?
I don't know whose it is. It's coming through the comments thing on StreamYard.
Whoever's
So I'm
at
guessing
Twitch.
it's your.
Who's on
I'm
Twitch?
guessing that's yours.
That's
On
the
Twitch. Oh yeah.
yeah. That's Twitch. I don't think anybody on YouTube could see that.
No, nobody on YouTube can see that. That's Twitch.
Okay, yeah, I'm not worried about that.
Okay.
But here's another thing, right? So when we talk about Black fathers not being home and people not understanding the governmental impact, yes, the welfare system. Well, let's go further back, post 1865. Black codes and convict leasing systems targeted Black men for minor offenses, leading to forced labor and family separations. These were state level, but they were family tolerated. Okay. Now, according to ABC, later AFDC, under the New Deal Social Security Act of 1935, which provided cash assistance to single mothers but included discriminatory rules, the man in the house rule, enforced in many states, denied benefits if a father or male provider lived in the home. incentivizing men to leave to qualify for families with aid. So it incentivized the men to leave, not the women choosing for them to go. It was an incentivization for men, right? Suitable home policies punished Black mothers for perceived moral lapses, bless you, like cohabitation or out of wedlock births, removing children or cutting benefits. These rules were explicitly aimed at cleaning up welfare rolls and disproportionately affected Black families, as noted in Georgia's implementation. By the 1960s, these contribute to rising single-parent households from 25% out of wedlock births in 1965 to higher rates later. Also, the birth control technological revolution in 1964 contributed heavily. Urban renewal and housing policies in the 50s and the 60s. Under the Housing Act of 1945 that demolished Black neighborhoods via eminent domain, it displaced tens of thousands of families, 20,000 in San Francisco's Western Addition alone. Labeled Negro removal by critics, scattered families, and eroded community support networks. As I said in the earlier stream, redlining and public housing segregation, which was enforced by the Federal Housing Administration, confined Black families to under-resourced areas, increasing poverty and instability. Mass incarceration under the Anti-Drug Abuse Act under Reagan created sentencing disparities, crack versus powder cocaine, leading to the imprisonment of disproportionate numbers of Black men, resulting in family separations linked to poverty and welfare myths. But it's been called a dystopian fairy tale. And then the Child Welfare and Foster Care System, Adoption and Safe Family Acts of 1997, put faster separation. One city dropped Black removals 56 cents to 29% when race was hidden.
Mm-hmm.
Critics describe this as federally mandated destruction, with a foster care to pipeline to prison system and cultural disconnection. Over 200,000 children of color remain in custody today. So when we're having these conversations, they're far more nuanced than people give credit to. And they always just want to say, well, the Black woman chose white government. Nah, that's not really how that works, Jay. But you got it.
Well, so when we look at that nuance of that, what is the trope that's being spread around loquaciously all over the internet? Loquaciously all over the internet is being glorified that choosing government assistance was indeed a factor. That doesn't remove from the fact that Black women chose. It just shows more too that when you look at statistical data, it was the fact that men were leaving the home.
No, it was the men were incentivized to leave the home.
Got you. But and I'm doing this on purpose. I just want you to know that.
Okay.
What I'm doing right now is being a what's the word? Jesus
Contrarian.
Christ. Yes, I'm being a contrarian on purpose to show that even with the data that you just read, which proves and shows to the point that when it came down to it, Black men were either choosing to leave the home, which could be a betterment for their children, because either they didn't have a job or otherwise. But just because I want to pin the blame on Black women, you see how that worked?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But people they don't want to concede to the fact that what you're saying is right, because one, you're a woman, and then two, they need to be right. Now it gets to the point, it's just like, all right, so either one or two things is going on here. You're going to be loquaciously ignorant purposefully just because it is a woman that's disseminating the information, or you're going to just choose to concede. It's either up to you. Julian says, wouldn't that also be true of every other race of people? Well,
No.
you're gonna have to go through and you got to break that down.
No, Julian, it wouldn't, right? Unless you're talking about the planning on government assistance, because any woman can do that. And yes, the birth control technological revolution did have impacts on every race. That is true. But the particular programs that I speak upon, or that I just spoke upon, those were specifically targeting African Americans. specifically.
Mm-hmm. Yep. People don't want to push they don't want to push conversations along because they're seeking a moment to be offended, just so they can have a moment to be clickable. And now want to clip it up and take it back to their show. Be like, oh yeah, I'm about to clip this up, take this back to my show. Cloud farming. It's just like, bro,
yeah.
We could have ended this a long time ago.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to clip me, and you're more than welcome to have my resources as well for the information that I had. Just simply ask, because I could drop it. Not only do I have websites from places like scholarlycommons.law.northwestern.edu, I have full PDFs as well, so you can read the policy and the law for yourself. And I'm more than willing to share with anybody. Email me, thebutterflyprogressive@gmail.com. No, Anthony, you're good. You can email me anytime. I'll give you the information that you asked for. Just like a lot of people don't even realize what's happening right now with the government shutdown and everything else, while they're making the conversation about immigration, food stamps, and whatever else. You go read them Rockefeller papers, you'll know what's really going on. And I'm going to leave it at that.
It's easy. You don't have to read anything. Pay attention to the times. What are they doing now for illegals that they did for black people then? They're offering them something that they need and want just so that they can get their vote.
No, baby, yes, that's true. But it's a bigger global picture, and I don't really want to get too deep off in it because we are simulcasting.
Mm-hmm.
But when you read the Rockefeller papers, you guys can go to the RockefellerFoundation.com. They have PDFs of this. It's 4 plans that they made public. Get into it. There's so many things I want to say, but because of the platform that we're on, I can't really.
Well, that's why I'm leading away from the conversation. But you keep going back to the Rockefeller thing. That's why I get away from it. I'm trying to get away from it, but you keep saying Rockefeller. Get out of there.
You're right. I'm be quiet. I'm sorry. My apologies.
Stay away from the blue hat. Stay away from the blue hat.
I'm literally saying get out of there. What's
Did
her
I
name?
miss something?
No, you didn't miss anything. You're good.
Mm-hmm.
No, when we're mindful of where we are and who may be listening or what can be said and or heard, again, we look at just in the EBT space alone, people say dumb stuff all the time because they just feel like they need to be right.
Right.
Well, I will be mindful because you guys are simulcasting on my platform. So let me say this. I'm not afraid to speak on that particular group of people. I will
shut my stream down.
Hold on, wait a minute. I won't
shut my stream down.
Get out of there.
Yeah, let me shut my stream down, dude. You know what I'm saying?
I won't
if
say.
If you have to choose the nuclear option, then,
right.
I see. Here's the thing. I have no problem dancing around that nuclear button because when I do speak on that, I know what I'm talking about, and I can shape my points. I can articulate it, and I'm not going to get in trouble. That's for me though. However, I got guests in the house. So I got to be mindful of my guests.
Well, let me go ahead and turn my phone off.
I need to get my foil back out. Hold on.
You know what I'm saying? Let me take the chip out my phone because you good, sir. Okay. Trying to get conversations started. The same. You do know they had Reagan. You do know they had Reagan tapped and bugged in every way, right? Was that Reagan or was that Nixon? I'm sorry.
I think it was Nixon.
It was
Nixon. Was yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and start treating some of these conversations like Nixon. I don't trust nothing. Everything is a Watergate scandal around this piece.
Oh yeah. I think from that point on, everything is tapped everywhere. Is when it really started. I mean, at least in the White House, it did. But anyway, away from the conspiracy.
No, it's not a conspiracy. If we start having a random conversation, if we start having a random conversation about cat food, I promise you, you're going to start getting You're gonna start getting cat food ads
Yeah.
all over your phone. Trust me.
That
I
is
didn't
a
mean it
fact.
I didn't mean it that way. I just meant let's go away from that.
Yeah. You're good.
Let's
You're
be
good.
clever together. I'll just say
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Audience, clever together. Keep that in mind. Clever together.
If y'all catching what was being put down, put a 1 in the chat. It'd be greatly appreciated. And thank yous.
I will just say one other thing. If you think VPNs make you anonymous, you're a fool.
Well, the most important thing is Meow Mix. Meow Mix.
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen.
Meow Mix.
That's what I'm saying.
Temptations are yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Well, yeah, but because trust me, I guess I was supposed to be and got my channel taken away when I was speaking.
Don't talk about it.
Never mind.
No,
Fine.
la.
I let it go.
Give
I
me the
let it
keys.
go.
Give me the keys. Give me the keys.
Right.
Not
Right.
y'all taking the keys from me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, while we're on that sort of topic, like the word you were saying earlier, the A word, use deleting instead, because that's a bad.
Oh yeah,
word
I
on
thought
YouTube.
I had said that. My bad.
Yeah.
I don't
Oops.
care about that. Well, okay, all right. I guess.
We have to remember where
You will when they come for you.
I mean, you see, they just got Tommy right again.
Yeah,
well,
but
they got.
we're gonna leave that alone too. Praise God.
That they got Tommy. If you ask me, I think that's because of people doing mass reporting, which YouTube has already said that is illegal in of its own. But I don't know if Tommy is on a special case of where anytime he pops up, channel pops up, he needs to be deleted. Now, here's one thing I learned from the Alex Jones situation when he went.
You real dangerous.
You know,
Never
this instant
mind.
ginger tea is just amazing. Shout out to Grace Instant Ginger Tea. Just add water and you have a natural probiotic
and get you a wedge of lemon.
Flavor.
Yeah, get you a wedge of lemon.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
A little bit of Jack Daniels.
Lemon and water. There you go.
Yeah.
We not
Go
on
get yourself
Clubhouse.
a big,
We ain't on
beautiful
Clubhouse.
bottle of Jack Daniels.
Right. We are not on Clubhouse, sir. Yeah, I'm just trying to be a helpful little brother.
I know you do.
Hey, you'll be surprised for some reason. It's just like, hey, every time I go live, the algorithmic matrix is just not working in a way. It's just like, So here's the best way I can describe this, right? A lot of people when they go live, like, have you ever been walking a dog and they see a squirrel and for some reason the dog just loses all type of attention and just goes to the squirrel?
Of course.
It's just like that. It's like certain, like squirrel, and it's over. It's
right.
Your chat.
Your chat. So it's funny.
Your chat said peanut. What is that? A safe word or something? Or
yes, peanut is a safe word.
No. There's somebody in the chat that's being
yeah. He said all of this is old news. Your mind should have been far ahead of this now. A majority of us have moved into the next phase moons ago. Keep having your talks and podcast channels. But here's the problem, Peanuts. You literally drop down in the chat to say that. And I want you to think about what I just said. You drop down in the chat to say that.
Look at his next comment, though. While the rest of us have made alliances. Well, what?
So are you here to make an alliance or are you here to bloviate your nonsense? Which one?
Exactly.
Oh, bloviate. That is a good word.
I tried.
Well, you know what? He's not here anymore. That's right, Anthony. Poor little peanut. Poor little nut got turned into peanut butter. Bro.
Poor little nut.
I'm telling you, Ra is meaner on that hide button than I am. And I'm pretty dang mean, but she makes me look like, calm.
It's because I stay out the chat because I have no tolerance for the bull caca. Like, if you want to be a part of the conversation, be a part of the conversation. If you want to have a respectful discourse, that's cool. The moment you get disrespectful, the discourse goes out the window. Get the hell out of here. But I stay in my lane, live my soft girl life, and let my husband deal with the crazies because the inmates are running the asylum. But at the end of the day, Like, nah, like y'all got life twisted. You making alliances. Who needs an alliance? Like, I could take you
Right.
down another road with some other shit too, but I'm gonna be quiet because of where we at. Like, y'all really y'all think y'all know so damn much, and y'all so blinded to the obviousness of the truth. It's hilarious to me.
Don't you know everybody got their Google doctrines and their certificates?
I
Uh, I
guess.
I thought I was smarter than I am.
Yeah.
So
Everybody's a genius when you got Google.
right.
Mm. They got Google and they still ain't geniuses. They got Googles and they still get it wrong. They got Googles and they take the first search and they read 2 words of the first
Yeah.
search and they be like, and this says,
Nah, take it deeper. They got cell phones that they pay bills on, and it has Google and or Safari on it, and they still buy cases for their phones, but they don't buy condoms, and they wonder why they got all these baby mamas. See how that work?
Yikes.
See how that work?
Hmm.
You went out and bought a $60 phone case, or even worse, a $5 phone case from Temu, and you still didn't buy a condom.
hell, you could buy vaginal contraceptive films if you want to go up in there raw.
I'm just saying though.
You know what? Let me bring Clubhouse to YouTube. Let me bring Clubhouse to YouTube because I forgot how long that room was earlier today. Maybe it was 30 minutes because I had to do a get it off your chest on YouTube per se. Then I'm doing it here. Um, on YouTube, I mean on Clubhouse, it says I forgot. Well, let me not go into the title. It's real simple. Men, men, when you are having conversations and you're exercising when it comes to sign language, you're exercising the part to need to be right. You guys are trying to be right in the moment. You're not thinking steps ahead of your words can be used against you. For example,
Hmm.
shout out to my brother Yay 400 Club. The title of the room was Our Black Women Will Rather Have Babies Than Be Wives. My initial submission to that conversation was it's maybe it'll be best if we find out the why. I'm not saying that title is accurate. What I'm saying is if that is a truth statement, there needs to be a why so we can understand the perspective of why are these groups of women are choosing to be mothers than choosing to be wives just to get into dive into the psyche. Now, somebody shout out to my guy Sniper. He jumped in and said, pretty much gave the whole it's your body, it's your choice. So you should have been responsible, or you should have told that man no. You should have said, I'm not giving away my body without a ring. And the problem with the problem with this is it takes two babies it takes two people to make a baby. So while you're saying the woman's doing that, you're quit. Hold on, what just happened? Oh,
Mm.
Omni, what's good, man?
Oh, child, look, I was like,
What's
wait, did we
good?
get snapped? Did we get caught? Did we get put
Right, like
on Instagram?
I'm looking at my email like YouTube community guidelines, no email. Like,
Right.
Uh,
Where's the blue helmets? Where's the blue helmets?
for real.
so what I'm saying to that is you're getting on women for electing to exercise their body, their choice. Whereas a man, it's your body and it's your choice because the Washington Post did the research. It's $312,000 to raise a child between the time they get here all the way to their 18th birthday. That's a lot of money to spend on a child that you didn't want to have. So if you're going to hold, hey baby, how you doing, sweetheart? If you're going to
I
that's
am not
April,
your baby.
April
Hey,
Carter.
bro.
Yeah,
A-
hey, bro.
Hey,
Hey,
Carter.
bro.
April, okay.
April.
I'm
Hey, bro.
I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you Negroes plus Bad Duck to calm down.
And he got a drop of black blood, so I'm just playing.
I'm not about to.
Yeah. Did
He
you
got a
just
he
say
got
I
a
was
what?
white?
He has one drop of
Racist.
black blood, so he's black.
Mm.
Man, it was super kick.
Ow,
As
man.
April Carter
Uh-huh.
has been one of my biggest
Mm-hmm.
supporters, and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
also there's a reason why I don't do a lot of panels anymore. You could thank
Mm-hmm.
you could thank April for that one because
Mm-hmm.
she's the one said you're too smart for these panels. I was like, you was absolutely right. So
And that's when you
I
start calling her baby.
I
Mm.
call mad people that.
Her
Oh,
name's not
Let me
Baby.
tell
Her
you
name is
something.
Boo.
Oh
It's
no,
April Boo.
wrong. If you're about to bring up the last
uh,
24 hours, don't do it.
I wasn't about to bring up nothing. I wasn't about
All
to bring
right.
up
guilty
nothing.
conscience. Guilty conscience.
I was about to say Chris is a good, upstanding Christian gentleman. Okay, he was out here maybe living his best alter ego life yesterday, but he be chilling. He be in a cut. Don't worry about it. Chris.
Everybody can't be a stripper and do Phantom at the Opera. I get it.
I am not.
I want to fight you just on general principle. And I can beat you.
So
That's
what was I
good.
saying? Men, just like you're gonna say to tell women it's their body, it's their choice. The same thing goes for you. This is a two-way street. You cannot have a one-sided conversation without telling the other side of the story. We were speaking about that earlier when it came to the welfare queen conversation, when it came to the other things we were talking about. This it goes with this as well. And also to say you're putting all the onus on the women as if men are childlike and can't make the right decisions for themselves. That right there I have a problem with. So
Indeed.
if you're going to engage, so I know when we have these gender war let me put this up. We had these gender war conversations. You guys are looking to be right. Here's why. Here's one of many reasons why I'm not well liked, whether it be on Clubhouse or on YouTube. I don't give microwave responses because you will not, in any life form, use my words against me. That's just not going to happen, especially
Indeed.
amongst the likes of certain people. That I would never allow that. So when I get a bunch of what are you talking about, or silence, I know what that really means. It means I cannot say that word. I'm trying to.
Stupid.
You're
No,
you're
I'm
mentally delayed.
mentally delayed. Thank you, because I'm tempted to use the R word, and that's only when I get
We
aggravated.
call it. You can use the word restarted. Restarted, like you restarted it.
He need his ass
Rest.
whooped.
I
Send
do.
some to Peter.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit for
Yeah,
that one.
look here. Okay, I come from the school of DMX. Bring it. What? We right here. We ain't going in. Stay your ass in your
Excuse
office.
me.
Don't stay your ass in your office. Stop abuse. I will call 911.
No, you won't.
I
Y'all
am.
too. So
Stop. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
what are y'all? Okay,
Stop it. Stop.
let's see.
Whoa, no BDSM while we're on the stream.
All right, so back to what I was saying.
See, I'm
It
not
means
always the
they're dumb
foolish
as
one,
hell. Yes, it
Christopher.
is. Yes, I see. But yeah, fellas, you guys listen to me. Start taking notes from me. That goes to some of you quote unquote YouTubers as well. When you say things, it can be used against you. I won't say any names, but I think in the last how many years have I been on this side of YouTube? How
7.
long have no. How long have Kevin been going? Is it 3 years now?
Yeah, about
3 years. Yeah.
Okay. I've been here since the day after Kevin Samuel passed away. God rest his soul. We have enough video that is still around where a lot of people tend to say things and it doesn't make any sense in the moment. And it always comes back to haunt though. I remember I always say this. When I was gearing up to interview Angry Man, I went back to go look at old Fight Club videos just to prepare myself. Stupidity doesn't qualify for some of y'all talking points that didn't make it past Fight Club weekend.
Well,
aged terribly. I was like, I was looking at people. I was like, you don't say that no more.
wait, but
You
hold
turned
on.
a whole new tune.
I see
Let
you
me
saying he's
explain this
taking
real
on the
quick.
whole Fight Club. That's
Yeah, Fight Club
Yes.
alumni. It is what
woo.
it is. This is how we give it up. But I'm gonna
Yep.
just explain this real quick, and I'm gonna stop sharing it. Those of you that are allergic to latex, allergic to condoms, and allergic to kids, please be sure that you spend $12.99 and get you some vaginal contraceptive films. These come with 9 single sealed films, which means for $13 you can have 9 intimate experiences. Each film is effective for up to 3 hours. Most of y'all can only last 3 minutes, so that ensures multiple times for you to get it in and not create children that you don't want. Thanks for shopping at Amazon.com.
The view of our co-host is not necessarily the same views that the host holds. I had just had to put the legal disclaimer in there. Sorry.
Listen,
I used to have a disclaimer a long time ago. I don't even use that no more.
Nope.
I am Team Petty Cakes.
I mean, well, 3 minutes is heaven's gate for some dudes. You see what I'm saying? A lot of these dudes just wish that they can just smell it. Some of the dudes even go so far as to pay for it. Anyway, let me go ahead and end this stream. So on my side,
Omni, how you doing, my brother?
we right here. Hey, for all those that's listening on my side, we'll be dropping a channel link to Christopher J's show. So make sure y'all come over there and join in. Do you got redirect on?
I'm pretty sure I don't.
Oh,
just go ahead and just how do we do it? How do we do it? Just put the link in the chat or put it in the community tab and just send them my way. I'll figure out that redirecting later.
Okay.
Omni, you there?
Spamming the chat.
Omni,
you sleep?
Omni, quit reading a book.
He's drinking mushroom.
Oh, my mic was muted. There we go.
What's up, man?
Yeah, I'm here. What's happening?
Yeah, he's drinking mushroom tea. We gotta wait for the psilocybin to kick in. Omni, you there?
Nah, it's pineapple tea, sir, with a shit ton of ginger.
Pineapple is an aphrodisiac. Sir, are you preparing?
He's prepared for that 3-minute heavyweight bout. All right.
You gotta stay where that's disrespectful. Okay, 3 minutes.
I would just like to say, Christopher, I am not responsible for the foolishness going on right now. Okay,
I'm lazy as shit. I don't know what this dick is doing on my body because I'm lazy as shit.
What
But this
the
little
fuck?
motherfucker, this little motherfucker is an Olympian.
Man, it was super kid.
This rascally rabbit is an
This
Olympic.
motherfucker said, "I'm lazy. I don't know why my dick is on my body."
This little nigga is an Olympian. He's going for the goal every time. I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand what be happening.
Man, it was super kid.
Oh, yikes.
So yeah, I'm drinking pineapple tea. It's got a shit ton of ginger in it. It's amazing.
That's funny.
Oh my god, y'all black people get on my nerves.
Oh, not Batman and Catwoman.
Wait, what? Where did you get that from?
Oh, you about to see in 2.2.
That is so funny that you just said that because
You know exactly why I just said that. I think we just seen the same thing at the same time.
Yes,
April, I agree.
Right, listen, get out my brain because that's exactly what I was just looking at. Look, I gotta call him, bro. What was y'all on?
Whatever y'all looking at, don't even share it.
But it's funny, the last one that came through, that's a duplicate. I feel like I'm looking at the same person. You understand?
Yeah.
You two are weird, man.
Hey, listen. Those who play together stay together. Okay, everybody has their things they like to do.
I did not insinuate that it was a bad thing. I just said you two are weird.
No. Look, some people like to drink pineapple tea with a little bit of mushrooms in it. It's okay.
Oh Lord.
Ginger.
Oh, my bad.
Ginger.
Ginger shrooms. My bad.
But that's why we are the
ginger shrimp.
unbeatable. We're the unbeatable pair because we be so in sync, and it's interesting.
Yeah,
how
it is
But-
scary sometimes.
What the hell? Wody, did you release? Wody said 3 minutes is all I got. That's all she gonna get. I'm done.
I ain't mad at it.
That's
It don't even
crazy.
take all night. Just get her done. Get her done.
Bruh. You got to
That's hard.
come on, man. How do you man, come-
Now, baby, everybody doesn't have the stamina. Everybody's stamina is not amazing. Mhm.
Man, look here. It's a V8 in this motherfucker. We're gonna step on the gas. What the hell with that? You said that's my story and I'm sticking to it. You living in your truth.
Listen, y'all. Truth is, I'm tired.
Look, my penis, my choice. No, my penis, my timeline.
Quit. You can't quit.
Right.
I like being the one not causing the tomfoolery right now. This is pretty nice.
Well, that's because it's all indefinitely indeed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. No, that's vampire. Hold up.
Mm-hmm.
You over there playing vampire?
He playing Bloodlines, and he about to get in trouble because he about to make you want to play Bloodlines.
Yep.
See, let me go ahead.
Masquerade too. Bloodlines. Yeah.
You ain't got shit, man. I used to play the actual game.
It's a single player game. You
Card
don't gotta worry
game.
about it, bro. That's it. So he can play it.
What
as
that
his leisure.
mean? He
I
can
can't
single
be
play.
held responsible.
No, you held responsible because you don't put it on his radar. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, way to go on me.
Way to go, guy.
Let me go ahead and download this. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Like, let me not speak proper English because, like, they said I can't speak proper English. So, like, I can't, like, drop my R's and stuff. Like,
You on Hogwarts? Why are you playing Hogwarts? What?
It's just like you playing Lord of the Rings.
First of
Now
all,
that playing
Whoa.
Hogwarts.
First of all, let's get something
What are
straight.
you gay?
First of all, Lord of the Rings is better than Harry Potter. Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not. I enjoy Harry Potter. I can stay awake for Harry Potter. Lord of the Rings puts me to sleep. It's boring.
See.
Oh, that's just wrong.
So
That's
anybody got a couch? Because apparently I'm about to be sleeping on somebody's couch tonight.
Yeah, I got a spare bedroom anytime you need it, man. Come
I
on.
appreciate it. Thank you.
First of all, you ain't going nowhere. You finna scratch your black ass and get glad. We don't have to agree. I don't have to like your funky move.
Yeah, because you got to put your 3 minutes in.
First of all, it's 3.5. Okay.
Mm.
I need every second. Every
Gold.
second counts. Every second counts. All right.
We couldn't even get that loud his mouth, child. Go on ahead with that trouble now.
You need your round in Tekken. Hey, bro, hold up. Time out. Hold on. You must not listen. You must not learn from what's that man's name? What's that man's name?
E
What
Black
is his name? E Black. Jesus Christ, how I forget E Black TV? Yeah, that's because E Black got E Black. He completely got destroyed in Tekken. You don't want this work, sir? Go ahead and install this game right quick. You do not want this work.
Here we go. I be Woody, you another one that's on the list. You've made the cut.
You don't want this work, bro. I will go live and I will stream this ass whooping you about to receive, sir. Hold on.
Look, April, I don't know what the hell he be thinking. He be talking all that slick stuff, child. Listen. He be like, baby, come back. You can blame it all on me.
Everybody can't be like Chris. We all can't be strippers, man.
Nigga, what the fuck?
Huh?
Who the hell?
What happened?
Who the hell is the stripper? What's wrong with you?
You was on the mask. He was on the mask performer yesterday, mask singer.
That nigga Chris is a stripper.
and he ride and he roll and he roll and
I want to fight you just on general principle. I can beat
look, he came out here. He said, "My name is Damien. Want to play?" Mm-mm.
We're about to end the stream.
Why we got the industry?
Yeah, the propaganda that y'all spewing on my
Y'all
channel
end
is
it.
ridiculous.
He
His
won't end it
name
when I
ain't
get here.
Damien. Let's be realistic. His name is Black Stallion.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Hold on.
He said,
Wasn't me.
"Riding my pony."
Tony. Yep.
Why you put taps on him?
That's crazy.
Oh shit!
Oh no!
boy.
Oh no! Mm-mm.
Sir,
Do you have something to say, sir?
That's funny. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That was funny.
April girl, you missed it, girl. He was living his best life.
He was out there one leg up. Okay.
He said, "Face down, and that's the way we like to get on it."
He had that rose. He had that rose in his mouth. Old girl had him by the tie. He had one shoe off. Listen, it was over.
Hey man, I only made one joke, and I stopped.
To the audience, please ignore my brother and sister. They just doing a little bit too much tonight.
It's fine. We're not gonna tell them about the when they start releasing the bubbles in the room.
You are not alone.
Hey, you gotta imagine, Chris, you what? You 6 foot, right? You 6 foot or you 6'1"?
6'1", 6'1" or 6'2". Yeah,
6'1", athletic man in a suit on a handstand doing a spinning bird kick with bubbles all over the floor.
He about to get you.
They playing from the windows to the wall. Okay.
Damn, I throw a couple dollars on the floor for that.
To the wall.
Wow. Shout out Kevin Samuels. R.I.P.
Oh, shout.
Dum dum dum.
No, April, ignore the foolishness. Well, you know, good and goddamn well this ain't me.
That boy was out there he had his pinky up.
Y'all missed it. He was like, booty, 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 rock
everywhere. Booty, booty. Hey,
let's see.
As soon as that G string landed on his forehead, it was over. He was a new man.
He about to get you. He about to get you right there.
Let's have a conversation about the J community and a certain conservative that's no longer on YouTube.
Which
AJ is the abbreviations.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Private chat.
Yeah.
There was some words that were utilized, and those words, it was very interesting because the M ended their thing on the platform and left T's to love, and then they started using all type of K words and this words and those words and whatever, and it was a lot. That's how that resolved itself.
Oh, okay, yeah. So,
okay.
Here's what happened. And this is what the dichotomy breaks down to. There's certain groups of people that it is just not safe to talk about on YouTube. Excuse me.
Yes.
Which is very weird to me because that lets me know that a certain group is a protected class, and we can be as salacious as we possibly can when it comes to the Afrocentric Americanos communities. But that particular class, yeah, you can't. You can't. Again, that person, yeah, you can't. You also can't do that because of the school situation.
Yeah.
Listen, God bless it.
And you could talk about him. You could actually talk to him. I can actually invite him to the show. I just had to
Mhm.
put out a particular disclaimer before I go live with it.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm. Ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Mhm.
One of those. The views of the guests expressed on this show are not particularly the same views that the host handles or holds. Something like that.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all. At the end of the day, I'll put this disclaimer: when you're simulcasting, when you're smiling, uh, just be mindful.
Right.
Well, this is why it's dangerous to have panel shows, and excuse me. This is why it's dangerous to have panel shows. A lot of people really haven't caught on to the fact that when you have a panel show, you may have an idea of a topic that you want to discuss, but people bring their own energy to your panel, and they can change up your topic completely. So
Mm-hmm.
in more ways than one, you almost have to like cultivate like who you're going to have on your panel, or if it's going to just if you're going to have an open panel, you have to be careful of who you have unless you know that they're like, I know this. I know if Chris or Jay, show up in the stream yard, I'm not gonna have a problem with that. But other people, it's just like they coming up there to purposely introduce an angle at your show because either they're trying to clip farm, clout farming, or they're trying to mess up your show entirely.
Did you say Clip Farm?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Which, by the way, a wild Pokemon showed up on the stream today, and I was just dying laughing at it. I said, "Oh, that's amazing."
Mm-hmm. I just thought it was very funny that it was the same, like you're running the same play.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, damn, be original.
No, because being a natural hater, okay, it is so worth, especially when it fits your prerogative and your profile. Anyway, I'll be right back. Hold on for a second.
Mm-hmm. 369 Cranberry Lines. Christopher J.
1 second.
Okay.
I'm sorry. You may continue.
I can't, my
What the
bad.
hell was said? I missed it. What got said?
Because what had happened was I said 369 Cranberry Line, and then he played tabs and he kicked me off the stage.
Damn. 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 Wait,
The propaganda will not be televised.
is cranberry live a pain point? What happened with cranberry lime?
All right, we're ending the show.
What we did the show? We having so much fun.
We're gonna end this. We're gonna end the show.
Chris wants to end the show when black people are having fun. That's
I want y'all to pay attention to this. A black man is ending the show because we're having fun. I'm gonna.
Bad Duck, you're guilty by association. This has been one for the books, ladies and gentlemen. She even put it in the chat. This is just okay. That is the 99th edition of get it off your chest, ladies and gentlemen. This has been oops, almost removed my damn self. This has been
Jeez.
one of the most educated ones
Mm-hmm.
that I've ever
Hey, is that live
had.
still up?
We are going to, the lights are still up.
Oh, bet.
I'm definitely going to read some the clips that Sal and Raw was speaking on, especially the Welfare Queen one. Yeah, I will clip that and I will re-upload it for a talking point debunked because I was not expecting that today, and I appreciate it because you guys know me. If it makes sense, oh no, yeah, I'll drop both of y'all if I hear something nasty in the background. So
No. I'm asking her a computer question because it says my computer needs to update. I'm just asking her a computer question right quick.
oh, gotcha.
All right, which one of these live streams did it happen on? Was it this one?
Yeah, because yeah, you guys already know when it comes to certain things. Once the facts change, so does my opinion. That welfare queen stuff, we gotta get rid of that. What else did we debunk? What else did Ron and Cell debunk today?
We debunked that
Yes.
I'm always the foolish one. We definitely
That
debunked that.
that you're always the what?
The foolish one.
The foolish one. Oh, okay.
Man, you super kick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
super kick.
So
Damn.
Hey,
so
Chris.
yeah, I'm definitely gonna do a upload this week, so be prepared for that. But
Chris.
yes,
Chris.
yes, Rob.
Last night, was you saying, I found you, Miss Dude Booty. Keep it together, bring it back to me.
All right, I'm gonna pull an errand right now, and I'm just gonna start dropping people so I can go ahead and make sure this stream ends because I gotta get on the road and I gotta get back to base. Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys want to stick around? I'll bring you guys back up after the closing credits. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is BTSI show. Get it off your chest. 99th edition. What are we gonna do for the 100th one? I think I am going to. It's going to be on a Sunday, and let's just say it may be my first and only 12-hour stream. We'll see. We'll have a bunch of y'all can come on the panel. Y'all can whatever's on, get it off your chest. Be mindful that this is my channel, and be mindful that I'm a sniper. I will get rid of you with the quickness. So thank you guys for tuning in. BTSI show, Christopher J. Talk to you guys later. Peace out.
It's a mess. Hey, don't even worry about it.